All right, let's get started with podcast commentary for episode 116, Get Energetic, 8 Diet Strategies. One of our favorite topics is, of course, food, and eventually we'll get around to creating a playlist for recipes. So this is a great one. And you know me, I really love the nutritional energetics aspects of our discussions.
Well, it's interesting. Nutritional energetics came about when I started. As you know, I've done a lot of many decades of nutrition work. And the whole idea was everyone looks at food from protein, fats, carbohydrates, vitamins and minerals, the macro and micronutrients.
Yeah, macros.
And yeah, those macros, the food, the protein, fat, and carbohydrate. And no one, I don't want to say no one, but it's not really, it's only coming now a little bit, but what is the quality of the protein, the carbohydrate, and the fat? We could take all the supplements we want in the world and we can eat things with the proper protein, but if the food is dead or over chemicalized that cause death, remember, herbicides and pesticides are designed to kill, and they do. They kill the very soil that's alive that it's grown in, and none of the nutrients get converted to go into the plant itself. And then on top of that, we process all those foods that we harvest to the point that everything is dead. So nutritional energetics is really what is the energy? If we were to have a little uh, apparatus, I shouldn't put this in your ear because you like to build things electronically, but how can we test the vibrational quality of the food? We would probably not be eating 80% of what we put in our mouth.
Right, if
You
it's
know,
dead and not registering in the future apparatus that measures nutritional energetics of a of a food, which is a great idea. I would love to build something like that.
well, what I always say, and I've said it before, if you take, let's say, a bag of lentils, those dry lentils, and you take a can of lentils and you put them both in a dish, and then you add water, one will sprout and the other will putrefy. So, and I do this live and people see it, and I say, okay, what do you think your cells receive? Do you think they receive the same vibrational quality? You see, there are three components to food. I did it in Feeling Good Matters, my new book, Return to Radiance, that's coming. There are three components with food. Timing of your meals, we talked about that as one of the other commentaries. But then the quality of food. The quality of food is really the vibrational quality that gets transferred to the cellular components in the body when it's digested. So if there's no vibration, we get no quality. If there's high vibration, our cells vibrate. It's just about that. And anyone would know if they go over to, even if you go to one of those island countries where they make the fresh juice, you say you're on vacation. The fruits that haven't been adulterated taste different. Everything tastes different. There's taste to food. Now we have in the store these huge apples about this big, and there's no taste. Remember, when there's no taste, there's no energy. That's why I tell people don't use a microwave. You destroy the energy component. You
Sure.
take the water molecules and shake them up too much, and the natural vibration is lost. And you know how you know? Taste is totally different. So we use taste as a barometer to see what nutritional energetics is all about. And that's really, I love the idea of nutritional energetics because you would eat foods with high chi or pran, as we say.
Sure. I remember when I went to Mexico and we got fresh coconuts. I mean, chop it up right
Yeah,
there and drink, poke a straw in it. Oh man, there's nothing like it. Compared to the canned stuff.
right.
I'm like, okay. Yeah, you can definitely
Even when
tell
I
the
go to
difference.
India, even when I go, right, right. Even when I go to India and I eat off the fruit stand, of course I peel the fruit, but the taste is even, the quality's there because it's local, it's fresh, and in many cases it's not sprayed where I go, and it's a whole different feeling. It hasn't been polluted quite yet, and it might be on its way because the world is becoming a big herbicide, pesticide ball. But these new kids that are coming in, the younger generations are aware of it, and it's so grateful. So I actually want to support them in any way I can to move forward with their beautiful brilliance and understanding that things really have to be let's stop the nonsense now.
Right.
And that's really great. The young generations that are coming forward, and that's something important to look at.
Absolutely. But maybe your favorite.
Actually, I did 8 ways,
Oh,
8 diet strategies. One of my favorite were cooking with energizing spices because that's at least what we can do. You know, if we're cooking and making a stir fry, add a little bit of fresh ginger, for example, helps with the digestion. We can use olive oil or ghee, which is clarified butter, and when we saute these spices in ghee or olive oil and then saute the raw vegetables, whether it be vegetables, grain, or dal, which are legumes, we could then, they absorb the flavor and the medicinal qualities of the herbs if the herbs are fresh and grown in really great soil. I know I've been growing herbs and I love to use herbs. We've talked about that too. It actually enhances the digestion, so you're going to have a better uptake in the gut of the nourishment and the nutrition and the energetics of the energy that you need from the food. It really makes a difference. So the future is really learning how to be a really good cook. And when you are, you become the chemist because life depends on the external cooking so that we can do the internal cooking in our digestive system and so that we have proper nourishment. And that's what nutritional energetics is all about.